Recently, a financial fraud case involving hundreds of billions of yuan has shocked China, leaving tens of thousands of investors in despair. Reports indicate that Shanghai Haiyin Wealth Management Co. Ltd. has orchestrated a major financial scam, causing approximately 70 billion yuan to evaporate and affecting thousands of families. This incident not only reveals the shocking extent of fraudulent activities in society but also exposes serious issues within China's wealth management industry.
Su
Jiayin is much more arrogant than you. You shouldn't act like this. If you compare me to Su Jiayin, I will deal with this matter. First, I will take responsibility. Second, I will face this issue correctly. I have two principles. First, I will not let our financial advisors suffer. Second, I will not let our clients suffer. I can't give you more details now. We need some time to solve the problem step by step. How long will it take for you to handle the problem? We will inform you, but I cannot give a definite answer here. This morning, we will release our suggestions and core content. Also, we will have a solution within 2 weeks. I can only tell you this, there will be a solution within 2 weeks. Whether or not you accept this solution is up to you. You don't need to worry about the company's situation. As I mentioned earlier, I won't answer that again. This is my final answer. Our company is currently in good condition, so you don't need to worry. Since our company is in good condition and operating normally, why can't you issue refunds? Regarding the refund issue, we can't refund right now. If you want to discuss this issue separately, we can schedule a time, but we can't talk about voluntary refunds here. You can escalate the issue to higher management, but this is not something I can decide. In conclusion, we can't refund you right now.
Haiyin Wealth was established in 2006 and has accumulated a solid foundation in the financial industry over the past 2 decades. In 2013, it obtained Hong Kong license No. 459, and 4 years later, it acquired a fund sales license. In March 2021, the company successfully listed on the Nasdaq in the United States. However, starting in December 2023, Haiyin Wealth suddenly stopped redeeming financial products, and its stock price plummeted from $7 to 35 cents, a drop of 95%. Investors found that their invested funds might have been completely lost. The fraud at Haiyin Wealth was primarily conducted through a Ponzi scheme. The company registered 22 shell companies, which appeared to have substantial registered capital but actually paid in very little. Through these shell companies, Haiyin Wealth fabricated over 100 fake projects and issued 465 investment products, attracting investors to purchase them. To make these fake products seem credible, Haiyin Wealth frequently held various events, inviting industry leaders to endorse them, creating an aura of trustworthiness. At the same time, the company boasted about itself, claiming to be the third largest wealth management company in China, with over 2,500 employees serving more than 150,000 high-net-worth clients. Haiyin Wealth also showcased numerous awards from authoritative media on its website to increase credibility. In reality, the vast amounts of funds raised by Haiyin Wealth were hardly invested in any underlying assets but were instead used to pay interest and principal to investors, constantly borrowing new money to repay old debts. After 18 years of operation, the capital pool finally collapsed, and investors' funds had long since disappeared. The exposure of this incident has drawn widespread attention from society, and many investors' trust in Haiyin Wealth has plummeted to rock bottom. One victim, Mr. Li, stated that his savings were facing total loss, and he could not accept this fact. Mr. Li was introduced to Haiyin Wealth through a friend's recommendation and initially had full confidence in its reputation and strength, but he ultimately fell into a huge scam. The collapse of Haiyin Wealth has led to deep reflection on financial regulation. How could a company with such obvious fraudulent activities continue to operate for nearly 20 years? Why did regulatory authorities fail to detect and stop its illegal activities in time? Experts point out that there are loopholes in China's current financial regulatory system, which allow unscrupulous individuals to exploit opportunities. At the same time, some investors, in pursuit of high returns, have overlooked risks, thus providing opportunities for fraudulent behavior. Regarding the whereabouts of the 70 billion yuan, there are rumors that some funds were transferred overseas, but given foreign exchange controls, it is unlikely that all were moved. A considerable portion of these funds was used to repay investors' debts and interest, while other parts were used for the company's daily operations and to pay commissions to financial advisors. Ultimately, these funds were completely divided, leaving investors with significant financial losses and mental stress. The Haiyin Wealth scam has caused enormous harm to over 40,000 investors, resulting in their money going down the drain and trust being severely damaged. This incident not only highlights the seriousness of financial fraud but also warns investors to be more cautious in pursuing high returns.
假的，全都是假的。现在经济环境不好啊，骗子是越来越猖狂了。
Everything is fake, completely fake. The economic environment in China is indeed not good right now, and scammers are becoming more rampant. Many financial institutions are offering employee investment plans or supposedly great equity opportunities with extremely high annualized returns. Don't believe this kind of thing. Think about it, how could genuinely good investment opportunities be available to the general public? How could ordinary people easily get annualized returns of 20 or 30%? For genuinely good projects, the bosses and core management would be eager to invest themselves. Why would they offer it to ordinary people? How would that benefit them? We invest in bonds and have stable and safe strategies with annualized returns of about 20%. This is already fantastic. I would rather take out a loan and invest myself because I understand the risks involved. I would never offer such opportunities to ordinary retail investors. At most, we might give a little extra quota to big investors as a form of gratitude for their past support. Similar to giving a rebate as ordinary people, you need to think more about the logic behind these great opportunities. For example, if someone tells you a stock will double in a month, why would they tell you about such a good thing? Think about the underlying logic. So, I must emphasize again, the current economic environment is not good, and everyone is struggling. Some people will resort to extreme measures. We must remain calm and consider whether these investment opportunities make sense before making choices. We need to be more cautious now, given that the situation is already bad and financial scams are rampant. Due to economic hardships, it's understandable that some people might turn to extreme methods, but we should try our best to avoid these risks.
2024重庆到处都是些骗子。
In Chongqing's 2024 business environment, scammers are everywhere, especially in this year's sluggish Chinese economy, where legitimate businesses struggle to make money. With 10 years of entrepreneurial experience, I've encountered numerous projects seeking my investment. Let me tell you, there are 3 common scams in Chongqing this year, with the last one definitely being a form of pyramid scheme. The first scam is called setting up a scheme. Nowadays, many people like to use attractive terms like high interest rates and zero cost to boast about their projects, claiming they are great investments. In these situations, you must be cautious. Their strategy usually involves recruiting people, layer by layer, with those at the top earning money from those below. It's all about trying to make something out of nothing, so don't fall for it. The second scam is the art performance. Scammers typically present items that seem valuable, like tea-bowls, jade, and calligraphy, but these might not be sellable. They create a so-called digital certificate, claiming these items have been appraised by experts and will appreciate in value, making you think it's an excellent investment opportunity. In reality, it's just an old trick in a new guise. Last year, there was a scam involving antique tea bowls, and many similar traps exist, not only with tea bowls but with other items as well. The last typical scam is the pyramid scheme. Whether they are selling virtual products or other items, if you find the primary task is to recruit more people, it's a trap. They claim to help you make money but actually aim to empty your wallet. They give you a small reward, painting a picture of overnight wealth. Free things are just to lure you in. Remember, there's no such thing as cash falling from the sky. Free things are always the most expensive.
In 2024, China will see a proliferation of scams. With industries like finance, real estate, and the internet no longer yielding profits as they once did, many high-intelligence individuals are turning to fraudulent activities. Various scams are expected to emerge in 2024. Typically, scammers will develop software and then deceive people under the guise of high technology. They may lure others by promising returns of 5 to 600,000 yuan with an investment of 3,000 yuan per month. These schemes often involve pyramid schemes and recruitment, ultimately leading to financial collapse. In today's global economy, where can one find such lucrative businesses? Therefore, any investment promising high returns without effort is likely a scam, with a high probability of losing everything in the end. It's essential to understand that all high-tech finance must be grounded in practical business applications. Don't be swayed by abstract concepts. The more advanced the technology, the more critical it is to implement it effectively. Furthermore, in 2024, China will witness the proliferation of various training programs, private coaching, and influencer incubation projects, which are often filled with empty theories and impractical content, wasting time and money. The success rate of traditional brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship is also low, with many industries facing challenges of overcapacity and consumer downgrade. High rents, labor, and operational costs further burden entrepreneurs. Therefore, if one must venture into entrepreneurship, it's best to opt for asset-light approaches and prioritize maintaining good health, as health is more important than anything else. What are your thoughts? Feel free to leave a comment below and let's discuss together. That's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. We'll continue to provide you with authentic reporting. Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you next time.